Hey everybody, welcome to the round 21 play ratings video. You know the drill. Very hard to do these after losses, especially disappointing ones like that. But we must show up. That's the way it goes. Win, lose or draw, got to be here, got to get it done. I think it's definitely become part of the therapy for me, win, lose or draw. It's part of the closure of each game. If you are new here, welcome. What I like to do with the play ratings videos is give players a rating 1 to 10, 5 being a pass mark and above, and obviously 4 and below is a fail on the day. I do it relative to gut instinct, the context of where they are in their careers, their experience, and their expectations of us, depending on how senior of a player they are. Obviously, it is one person's viewpoint, and that's flawed because it can't be right. So the idea is I'll start the conversation. These ratings are not right. They're not wrong. They're not even official. You will end the conversation in the comments below. Just let me know so-and-so needs to be higher or lower because of X, Y, and Z. And then I've got a spreadsheet here. I will update the spreadsheet after a couple of days of reading through your comments. And then at the end of the season, I will compile all the scores and we will crown our champion, which I think we all know who's going to win it. But nevertheless, it's a good exercise anyway. As you'll see, doing a bit. They are our player ratings video sponsor. We are giving away packages. Mark Sanders, the legend, is giving away 5 packages. This is the third of the 5 that we're giving away. A beanie and some lanyards, some stickers and some surprises in there. All you've got to do is write a comment below with the hashtag doing a bit. That will tell me that you are interested in the prize, and then I will pick one comment that resonates with me the most, and I will send that prize through to you. Be creative with it. Use the hashtag doing a bit. Not a lot of players were doing a bit in this game, I'll tell you what. There were a few, but look, let's get into it. We don't have any time to waste. First up, we'll talk about the team as it was named. So Plowman, Wiedering and Jones. Plowman, I found him to be covering as a third man pretty well early in the piece. He's a guy that doesn't do things very... he's not really a flashy player. He's a defensive guy. He's there to chop out and provide cover for his other defenders. I thought he did a relatively good job of that. The disposals is not really something I'm looking at from him, but I mean, I thought he just got his job done. I didn't think he was soundly beaten on the day. I thought when he did have the ball, there were a couple of times where he didn't use it well, but for the most part he did okay. I just found a way to give him a bare pass mark. We'll see what you think about that. Wiedering started really strong, got the first spoil in. I always look at his first contest with his opponent. Got a really strong spoil in. He had that amazing spoil running with the fly of the ball in the second quarter, 11 minutes 50. He pinned someone. He was pinned in the fourth quarter, that's right. With 12 minutes to go for that Suns goal. But I did think he got his job done on the day. I know that it's a bad loss and you don't want to reward too much, but I really did think he got his job done. I thought he nullified Ben King as well as he could have. I gave him a 7 for his game, so obviously above a pass mark. Nick Newman, I thought he was the best player on the day. He had a few errors early in the game, but he did clean it up. He pinned Sexton in a crucial tackle in that second quarter with 2:40 to go. Beautiful entry kick to Harry in the third with 7 to go. And then had written down here as an inspirational tackle in the fourth quarter with 15 to go. I thought he brought the heat. He brought that intensity that's required. 25 touches, 8 marks, 5 tackles, did his thing. I gave him an 8 for his game. Next up is Sard, Jones and Willow. Sard, I just didn't think Sard got his job done. He had 4 touches in the first half. He defended well at times, obviously, but he just hasn't... For me, he didn't play to the level that I know he can play. Nowhere near his best. He did pick it up a little bit in the second half, that's for sure, but ultimately I look at Adam Sard as someone who I expect more from, especially with the way he performed in this game, and to help us drive the ball forward and play with a little bit more spark. He seems to not be playing with the same spark that he was earlier in the season. Is it just a patch of form? Is he a little sore? I don't know. But ultimately, I just didn't think he got his job done on the day, so I gave him a 3. Jones, I thought he was one of our, I thought he was probably our best defender on the day. Beautiful kick to Mackay in the first quarter with 13 minutes to go. He had that inspirational spoil as well, going with the flight of the ball. That was great. I thought he played well. I really did. I gave him an 8 for his game, and I know that it was a poor performance overall, but I thought Liam Jones was really good on the day. Willow, I thought he defended well. I thought he played relatively well. He gave up a little bit too much space for Sexton's goal in the third quarter with 13 to go. But apart from that, I thought he did his job. Again, relative to the context of where he's at and what I expect from him, I thought he just got his job done. So I gave him a 6 for his game. Walsh, Cripps and Nunes. Walsh, look, he worked hard. He had a little learning moment there with that stoppage with Took Miller's goal with 18 minutes to go in the second. He just ran hard all day. He really did. He always runs hard. He didn't win as much of the ball as what we've come to see. He didn't win as much of the ball in the fourth quarter at all as what we've come to see. That's really the time where he rises to the top. But ultimately, again, third-year player. I know that he's had, he's risen the bar for his own expectations, but I still thought he was pretty good on the day, so I gave him a 7. Cripps, this was interesting, really interesting. I thought early on he was hot and he was intense, and I had noted here he was tackling with intent. I thought he was back to his best with that beautiful duck and dodge move inside 50 to Josh Honey. And then something happened at halftime, and he just, I don't know what happened. Did he get hit? Was he sore? Did the pressure get to him? I don't know. He was missing handball targets coming out of halftime. I had written here he's completely disappeared in the third quarter. And then the moment where I really took note of him disappearing was fourth quarter, 3 minutes 32 to go. He goes to tackle Noah Anderson, and Noah Anderson breaks the tackle. And you just know. That's when you just know he didn't apply himself properly to that tackle. It's disappointing. I spoke about it last week. He really responded, and I rewarded him for that. And it's just disappointing for him to drop back and drop his standards again. He's better than that. I expect more from him. He's one of our highest paid players, deservedly so. He's done so much for the football club. Unfortunately, he just didn't get it done on this game, and we needed him to. Captain of the club, he's got the responsibility. And I just didn't think he came through. I thought he fell away in the second half. I gave him a 4 for his game. I don't think he passed on the day. And whatever, it is what it is. You let me know what you think. Jack Nunes, I thought he worked hard. I thought his second quarter was just poor. But the beauty of Jack Nunes, he just keeps going. He's a goer. He's a trier. I don't expect too much from him, other than just to provide a contest and provide some seniority into the group. I don't know. I've got him here as a 5. Initially, I put it as a 4, but I felt like it was a little too harsh on him. So, again, I'll probably just put that one to you guys, and you let me know what you think. Next up, Ed Curnow, Eddie Betts, and Jack Martin. Beautiful kick to Charlie in the second quarter from Ed, 4 minutes 30 to go. You can tell they've got that synergy between them. It's pretty cool to see. He kicked a pretty important goal in that fourth quarter when the game was still there to be won or lost, 17-20 to go. I thought he really lifted in that fourth especially. When Cripps and Walsh probably didn't, I thought Ed did. And I thought, at the end of the day, he's had 25 touches and he's kicked a goal. And he's, he laid one tackle for the day, which is probably a little bit of a dampener, which stopped me from really giving him an 8. So I gave him a 7, and that's just how I felt about it. Eddie Betts, a complete non-factor for me, really. He got the goal in the second quarter with 8 minutes to go. That was out of some pretty good play. But other than that, I just didn't think he provided anywhere near what we need from him. He laid one tackle. It's hard. He's at that point where he comes in. Is he a guy that needs a couple of weeks to get up to the speed of it because of where he's at with his career? I don't know, but I just didn't think he got anywhere near it and was borderline not even there for me. So I gave him a 2, and obviously he's played a lot better this year and whatnot, but yeah, just wasn't enough. Jack Martin, again, another one similar to Cripps. Early in the game, I thought the way in which he attacked contests was great. The work rate was really good. They were highlighting it on the broadcast as well. The work rate to get up the ground, to get the mark from Harry in the third quarter, 16 minutes to go for a goal. Beautiful entry kick to Ed, fourth quarter, 17-20 to go for a goal. This was tough because he definitely worked hard, but ultimately just need more from him. I expect more from him because he's better than what he is. 11 touches and a goal. Is it all about stats? No, it's not. I gave him a bare pass mark because I did see times where he did work hard. We just need more of it. He needs to find a way to get in the contest more. He comes in and he comes out and he floats in and out, and we don't need that from Jack Martin. We need Jack Martin to really help us steady the ship. And I just felt like he He went missing at the crucial stages, but at the same time, I did see the work rate from him, so I really struggle with this one. Initially, I wrote 4, but I'm going to leave it as a 5, a bare pass mark, and again, I'll get your feedback on that and see what you think. Next up is Harry, Jack Silvani, and Charlie Curnow. Harry, look, he started up the ground. He was working hard. Beautiful kick to Charlie who kicked it on to Eddie for that goal in the second quarter with 8 minutes to go. An elite entry kick to Martin in the third quarter with 16 minutes to go. Took a strong mark in the third with 7 to go, missed the shot. He definitely played a different role, played more up the ground. I know there's criticism that's come from that. Oh, why are you playing a Coleman medal leader up on the wing? I get it. But for me, what it looked like for me, which was really cool to see, was when this team is humming, and the idea of this group, it's Harry as the high half forward and Charlie in the goal square. That's the idea of this team. If you go back to the last time Charlie played before 2021, that's what we were doing. Harry was that Jared Waite link-up man, half-forward guy who would kick it long to Harry, in the 50. That's the idea of this group. So I'm not as angry at it. I get the sentiment, why are you playing the Coleman medal winner up on the wing? I get it, but I don't think it's as simple as that. I think when this team's at their best, Charlie's going to have the 50 to himself in a sense, and Harry's going to be playing a little bit more up the ground. And is Charlie ready to play that high half-forward role if you want to switch it around? Probably not. So I think there's something in that. I gave Harry a 7. I thought, given what his role was on the day, I thought he provided the target up the ground. He took marks up the ground. He kicked the ball well. And, obviously you want to see him have more shots on goal. But, Charlie has 3 shots on goal. I guess they interchange that role between the two of them. So, yeah, I gave Harry a 7. Jack Silvani, that beautiful passage of play in the first quarter, 6 minutes to go. He turned around on his left, TDK. The entry to sort of the inside 50 to TDK. Sorry, Jack was already inside 50. Unfortunately, I think Tom missed that one. Jack let Townsend kick the goal from the Ruck contest in the second quarter with 11:35 to go. It was just a little brain fade for a moment. Good pick-up goal from him, though, in the second quarter with 7:20 to go, and that was the beauty. He responded. I gave him a pass mark. I gave him a 5. I thought he faded out a little bit towards the end of the game as the game went on, but he started pretty well. Didn't fail on the day, just didn't thrive on the day is the way I looked at it. So a pass mark for me. Charlie, it's crazy. We kicked that goal and I've got in capital. That's what he does. He's got that. He's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it. Now he's just got to get some more match fitness and some more reps at this level, and he's going to be fine, it seems. I wrote down here, he looks more comfortable. Beautiful kick to Eddie Betts for that goal in space. Took that mark. 4 minutes 30 to go in the second quarter from Ed Curnow. He missed the set shot, unfortunately. Beautiful entry to Josh Honey in that third quarter with 5 minutes to go. He took 5 marks, which was 5 more than last week. And that's a very important sign for Charlie. He looked a lot more comfortable, which was really good to see, like the development of him in a week, given that it was his first game back for 2 years, last week. So I thought he looked a lot more comfortable at the level. He was flying a little bit more, taking a few more marks, tackled a bit more. 3 shots on goal. Obviously, want him to get more accurate. But I understand where we're at with Charlie. We've just got to get him through, get the confidence in him. But it looked good to me. He looked okay. I actually gave him a 6 for his game. He's hard to rate because the expectations are off. I almost even want to give him a 7. I don't know, but definitely got his job done and then some. Pretty happy with how he played. I thought he got through pretty well. De Koning, Kennedy and Dow. De Koning, I was pretty shocked that he played after chest pain. I just got worried about it, and I didn't think he really got into the contest much against the Suns. He missed that set shot in the first quarter, and to be honest, that's all I really took down from him. I remember some tackles. He definitely put the pressure on there. There's no doubt about that. He works hard. He does what he needs to do, but I just didn't get the vibe that we got what we needed from him. I don't know. I gave him a 4 for his game, but I just wonder if he's okay from last week. Kennedy, he was great. First half was good. 12 touches and 3 tackles in the first half. He continued on with it. Ends up with 23, 5 marks, 5 tackles, presents, works hard. 431 metres gain. I love him in that spot. I think he's found a groove. I thought he got his job done and then some, so I gave him a 7. Paddy Dow, he looked okay early in the chains, the handball chains. Needed to be composed in that stoppage in the third quarter with 9 to go. Fell away a little bit, well, a lot. He had the 8 touches for the game. The thing with Paddy is he's had a pretty good month. And I was hoping that the Gold Coast game would be that put it all together moment for him or game for him. It wasn't. I don't think it's one of those you've got to drop in performances. I just think he sort of earned some credits in the last few weeks, let's say a month or so. So I think you back him in to respond, and you hope that he does that next week against Port. Unfortunately, on this occasion, he didn't get his job done. I gave him a 4 for his game. We go to the bench, Lockyer, Stocker, Fisher, and Honey. Lockyer, very quiet early, 2 touches at the half. Worked a little bit harder in the second half, particularly in that fourth quarter. Hat kick to nowhere with 12 minutes to go in the fourth. Just reminded us all why he's where he is. Just, you see last week, that's literally the dichotomy of Lockie O'Brien. You see him last week, you see him this week, and you're like, what do you do? Like, do you put your arm around him? Do you teach it hard? Do you give him another chance? I think you do. I think you got to commit to the last month of football with him. See if you can respond. But it just wasn't a good game. Again, he did finish the game relatively strongly, so there is a little bit of something in that. I gave him a 4 for his game. Need more from Lockie O'Brien, and I say that because I know he's got it in him based on what I saw last week. So I didn't think he got his job done on the day. Stocker, new haircut. I like it. He cut the hair. He cut the shit. He got serious. Big fan. Played hard early. Plays hard all the time. Bumping guys, providing shepherds. Does all those little things that I do pick up on. 14 touches, 6 tackles. I love to see that. I gave him a bare pass mark for his game. Again, maybe I'm being impatient. He just moves like a midfielder already. Maybe it's time to give him some reps there. I don't know. Season's coming to a close. Is this a good chance for him to get some more minutes in there so we can see the speed of it, see how everyone moves? We've got 2 pretty good midfields to come up against in the next fortnight, so it could be something we look at there. But yeah, gave him a pass mark. Fish, he was quite early. He got in space at one point. Gave the ball to Ed, to Charlie for that mark. I think it was in the second quarter. I didn't really notice anything significant from him. It was disappointing. He had 12 touches. He didn't lay a tackle. I gave him a 4 for his game. I didn't think he got his job done on the day. And the reason is because I've seen him do better than that with his effort. We saw it last week. 5 tackles, kept going. It's hard. It's hard to back it up. It is. But, it's professional football. It's very hard. And that's why you're professionals. And look, wasn't his best game. He's got a lot more to give, I think. He's a lot better than what he showed. So I just gave him a 4 for his game. Honey, he's exciting. He's very exciting. Intercept mark from Lukosius in the first quarter, 5:20 to go for his first goal. Great set shot at the end of that first quarter for his second goal. He pinned someone in that second quarter with 14 minutes 30 to go. Beautiful mark on the lead in the third quarter with 5 minutes to go. Tough shot though. Hit the post in the fourth quarter with 18:20, and then he had that moment in the fourth with 18 to go. Forced the kick to go out of bounds with the pressure. He sprints with every effort. He really does. I hope we can channel that with him and he never drops that mentality, but he works hard. I loved what I saw from Josh Honey. Again, relative to where he's at, so young, inexperienced, to provide what he did for us on the day. I gave him an 8 for his game. I was really happy and really impressed with him. I love his effort. I love the way he goes about it. And that's that. Player ratings done. Very hard to do. Didn't want to waste too much time. They're all, a lot of them, I think there was 7 or 8 of them that got a below a pass mark. And, they're all better than that. They are. I expect more from them and they should expect more from themselves because they are better than what they put out there. And let's just see what the next 2 weeks holds. Take it easy for those of you in lockdown, which I think it's most of us in Australia at this point. But take it easy. Reach out if you need anything, obviously. The footy is our sanctuary, even though it pisses us off at the moment when they don't play well. But before we know it, we're going to be missing the footy season again. So don't take it for granted. Have a good one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Any suggested changes whatsoever, please continue the discussion there. And we'll go from there. Go the Mighty Blues.